What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our Saturday special edition live show here on Investing Bros. We got a fun treat for you guys today. We're going to take a look at some charts. I think there's really only one news story we're going to cover here. But what we're going to do is we're going to be building actually a beginner-friendly portfolio. So whether you want to share this with your friends who are just new into crypto, we're going to get even some of your guys' engagement to start it off. I'll go ahead and give you a little tidbit. We are going to cut it. So today's going to be an hour-long plus live show. In the middle somewhere, we're going to build this portfolio, and more than likely, we're going to clip it and make it a video putting out next weekend so that we can massively share this and push this to crypto beginners so they can kind of get a grasp on how to build a portfolio that has diversification, some risk, but a lot of security, and make some gains during this bull market. We're also announcing our winner of yesterday's live trade giveaway by Blofin, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for the whole thing. We'll probably do that one here in just a couple of minutes, but before we jump into all of the fun about what we're going to be buying here in crypto, how our portfolio is going to be looking, I got to introduce my co-host, my main man, my right arm, Mr. T-Shroom from down there in Gainesville, Florida. T-Shroom, how are you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling better than I deserve, Tim. I've gotten a lot done this morning. I've dropped off vehicles at the auto shop to be serviced. That's right. And that's about it. But I got that done this morning. So
hey, that's good.
It's really good. And Tim, I've got a quote here for you that is actually really, really poignant, I think. And it is from an artist. We usually don't do artists. We do some comedians. We do some politicians, different things like that, investors.
It's Taylor Swift. If this is a quote by Taylor Swift.
If similarly long hair, it is, John Lennon said, being honest may not get you a lot of friends, Tim, but it'll always get you the right ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It's very, very true. You know, yeah, I've been ending the videos and stuff. I might save my thoughts because that's actually a great quote. It wasn't what I was necessarily planning, but I might even shuffle with my kind of closing go get 'em speech, you know.
I love it.
That's a really good one. Remind me that at the end of the show. I have some thoughts on that quote to help some people out here. But
I just might, Tim. You
guys need to go ahead and smash that like button. It is Saturday. We got a lot to cover here. Going to have a lot of fun on the show. Let's start this sucker off. Even though we probably don't have everyone in here just yet, we do have to do our giveaway here. So let me add all the names here. For those of you who are wondering, Tim, what are you talking about a giveaway? We have a couple different giveaways here in the show. I'm shaking up the names. Yesterday, every Friday now, we do a live trade based off what the community wants. We live traded ICP yesterday. We wanted to do a 69X. Turns out Blofin on ICP only lets you go up to 20X. Most other coins let you go well over 100. But we still were able to gain, I think it was a 24%. 24% gain on ICP yesterday live. Could have been more like 60-something percent. But, you know, you live and you learn. The winner of the giveaway, $12 whopping $41. But you know what? I heard recently $20 is $20, $12 is $12. It is Eric Wallen. Eric Wallen is this week's winner of $12.41. And I think, was it Eric? Eric was one that definitely suggested for us last week's coin. Was he a part of suggesting this week's coin and leverage, T-shirt?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I think
either way. Congratulations to Eric Wallen. We will get in touch with you. Now, we did find out it's not as simple as I can't just get it right into your Blofin account because I don't know. I just can't do that. So we're going to get in touch with you, and we will get you the $12.41 that you have won today. Congratulations. Tim Cheat says NCR legend. I don't know why.
Yeah.
If Eric. I cheated, we love Eric, but I don't know if I cheated if I would cheat for Eric.
Eric, go ahead and reach out to me.
Nice
DM me on Discord.
Yeah.
We'll get you set up. There will be a verification process. So you'll need to answer some questions about being Eric Wallen that only you would know. So we'll have
all
some
right.
fun.
Well, we're gonna do some TA here for a second. If we still have time at the end of the show, we'll get back and do some Q&A. But let's just do a quick update, T-shirt, on what is happening in the world. Let's start with Bitcoin. Again, we're still kind of wrestling down here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. We're wrestling right here below the $44,000 mark. We're keeping this yellow line of support in play, though, so that's a good sign. But we're still keeping our eyes on the $45,000 to $45,200 level. That is a level that we're definitely keeping an eye on for resistance. But at this point, you got to continue to wait and see will we get a pump to go get that look. We do see a lot of bullishness happening over the next month or so. We have room to the upside still here. When we pull up our Lux Algo indicators, even though we're currently under a very weak sell order, we have recently bounced off of an order block. We've made our move back to the upside. If the bears take control and they start to push, keep your eyes on the take profit level in stock and the order block all the way down here, right below $40,000, around 39.7. But I still think that a push to the upside could be coming here. Let's see what the daily chart's saying from Lux. We're still under bullish Neo Cloud here. And our oscillators here just got a red reversal, but still seeing oscillators move to the upside. We're above the 50. You like to see that. And we're not necessarily seeing bearish momentum yet. But on these lower time frames, this is where it's going to get sort of mixed. We have bearish dot, green dot, but the money flow is sideways. The RSI has been pretty much moving sideways since the first here 2 days ago. So Bitcoin kind of turned into a minor stable coin over the last couple of days, but a breakout should be coming here very, very soon. In fact, if we go ahead and turn off all of this noise here and just take a look at the coins itself, we already looked at the rising level of support here. You do see a small amount of falling resistance. We're going to see some form of a breakout there over the next little bit. I also am going to go ahead and just sit here and let you guys know we got a bit of a, let's turn off the fixed range volume if you're going to let me. Yeah, we got a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern for me here on Bitcoin. It's not the prettiest one I've ever seen. This is a guy that has a lot of growths in weird places as he hangs upside down. But honestly, we got a little bit of a left shoulder right here. If I grab my marker tool, there we go. We have a nice left shoulder. We have a head, and it looks like we have a little bit of a right shoulder. Again, a weird growth over here, weird growth over here. It's not really what you're looking for if you're looking for a normal body shape, but this is technical analysis, so we don't care as much. If we were to see a breakout happen here, I don't think this, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know, I don't think that this is going to break out and play this way. You always have to remember when you make patterns like this, it's not an 100% thing. It's not something that happens every single time, but this would give us a price prediction, ladies and gentlemen, to $49,600. That would be closer to the top of the golden pocket that we recently touched here back in January. It would set a new high for 2024 and 2023. But once again, I'm not necessarily sitting here predicting with high likelihood that's going to happen. And if it does happen, I don't think that's where it stops. I honestly do not see us barely beating 49,200 and then stopping short of 50,000. I'm pretty sure if we make this move, it's only a matter of time before 50,000 is hit as well. But keep your eyes on that for sure. We do have to give a shout out. Listen, guys, I give credit where credit is due. You guys know that recently I have been at odds with the XRP army. I don't hate the XRP army, and I don't hate XRP. I am a little more skeptical on XRP, but I have to give credit where it is due. It's had a nice day today, up almost 2%, back up above 52 cents. So congratulations, XRP. You're moving. Unfortunately, you're still in a lower high, lower low process called a bear trend. And unfortunately, when we start to pull up some of the indications here, we are seeing red dot reversal here on the 4-hour chart. Now, I was complained at that I was only looking at the shorter time frames for XRP. They were bearish. They want me, I think the XRP army wants to see what the weekly chart looks like for XRP. It doesn't look very good, guys. Money flow still negative. We are under bearish momentum and strong bearish trend. The MACD is not even down to the 0 line, the midline, and it's still moving pretty heavily. We are not flashing oversold. So if you're wanting to see long-term XRPTA, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And when I pull up the other indicators here, we have a lot further we could go to the downside if we're looking at longer time frames. We could come down to 28 cents. Maybe even if really things get a lot bearish, we could come all the way down to 3 cents. Don't think it's going to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't wish that upon XRP or their community. But I want to say, just because my video using a 4-hour and daily chart were bearish, doesn't mean the weekly chart's not bearish as well. And it turns out it is. It's pretty bearish. So sorry about that, guys. Other than that, not a lot of coins moving. Again, we'll talk more in the Q&A section if you guys want to dive into some more TA. Been a little bit of a boring last 24 hours. Again, Bitcoin's a little bit of a stable coin. Cardano had a little bit of hiccups. Let's go on to the 4-hour chart. Cardano had a little bit of volatility moving in. Let's take off Lux Algo just so we can see the price action. Not really boring, but it's making a little steady move here. Of course, Solana, Link, and AVAX were the biggest ones. And we see this in almost all of them. Former resistance levels being turned into support here more recently. You do love to see it. Link hitting new highs for the year. AVAX, again, doing the same thing as Solana. So there are coins that have some excitement, and I do think that February, at least the beginning of it into the middle, could still be very bullish. But as we talked about yesterday's video, go back and watch it. There are signs and there are fundamental things that could happen later on in February that could bring lower prices. But we're going to talk about that more later on T-Shroom. Let's cover the news today, the brief news we have, and then we'll jump in and we'll start to break down a crypto portfolio that beginners can love and use. You guys can share it with your friends and family. Maybe you can even use it yourself if it's helpful to you. But I'll give you more of an update on that here in a second of what the rules and the thoughts are over there. T-Shroom, what do we got in the news this morning?
All right, Tim. Well, it's not very much, but Eric Wallen brought this to our attention yesterday in the Discord. It slipped by us this week. This headline is actually from January 30th, but it's something you should know, which is that Fetch.ai put an administration in search for to find urgent rescue capital for crypto AI firm. So what's important here is that FET is the ticker. The FET.ai crypto token has a market cap of more than $500 million and around 50 million in daily trading volume. So not a small coin, right? This fairly large, fairly medium cap. It was launched by the founders of the business in 2017 and powers its internal economy, which is important, with Fetch.ai users spinning FET to consume services within the platform. It is understood that the token is not owned by the company. So it's not owned by the company and will not be directly impacted by the administration process. According to an official insolvency filing published today, so January 30th, Fetch.ai appointed administrators to resolve last week. So essentially, Fetch.ai, the company behind it that did launch it, is going into early stages of bankruptcy proceedings and kind of like restructuring proceedings. That does not mean that the company is going belly up. It does not mean that Fetch.ai is going insolvent. What it simply means is that they're restructuring. So there's different reasons why a company can do that, but one of them is bankruptcy. One of them is it is going belly up. So that to me is uncertain, because there also is talks that they're moving to Dubai and re-headquartering. So that could be one of the reasons. Overall, it is something that I would be watching pretty closely if you have a significant allocation into FET, F-E-T, and a lot of people do because AI is a pretty big narrative, and FET.ai is the leading AI coin for a lot of folks. So there you go. Just wanted to bring that to people's attention. Fetch.ai, do more research because there's some bankruptcy headlines kind of circling around that project.
Good to know. Good to know. Let's see here. Let's deal with chat for a second. There's a crazy accusation in chat, T-Shroom,
no.
and that is that we are in cahoots with Eric Wallen, and Eric Wallen plans on paying me half of his winnings. That would be about $6.20. I'll let him keep the extra cent. But the truth is, no, I'm not gonna. I don't need the $6. Eric can have it. I don't think he was gonna give it to me anyway. So. Is what it is. Ty Malone makes a great point. Roll up to subscribe. Smoke that like button. Ooh, that's a new one. Smoke it.
Smoke it.
While you share this video with a friend. This is going to be a good video to share with a friend. But of course, what we're going to do is, because it's a live stream and we have other things going on, the portion of this that's going to be really good to share with your friends who maybe want to get into crypto, we will be putting that out next week. So make sure you stick around. I think it's going to come out probably hopefully next Sunday. But before we jump into the actual details, T-Shroom, let's go ahead and share your screen. I do want chat engagement here for a little bit. I want to hear you guys give us some thoughts here on some of the coins that we're looking at. If T-Shroom can figure out how to share a screen, there we go. Okay. All right. So the first things you do need to understand, we are not going to get nuts with this. We're not going to get into the crazy degen coins. We're not going to be dealing with, hey, can you take this coin and stake, your Cardano and then pick up this? Yeah. We are talking about, for beginner-friendly, someone who can sign up for maybe Coinbase, Robinhood, and Uphold. Very beginner-friendly platforms that they can buy in, invest in crypto, and be able to make some money this market. These are some of the coins we're looking at. I don't think every single one of these coins is going to make it into our list. Some of this is from an old list we made before. Really quickly, let us know, is there any other coins that you're seeing that for some reason was just escaping our minds that needs to be on a list that beginner-friendly people need to know about and have in their portfolio? I'll let you guys kind of hit the chat with those right quick.
We could jump into the factoid of the day while we're waiting on those.
While we're waiting on those, yeah. So look at those. Let's get the factoid of the day.
Yeah.
What other coins should we add? And then we'll get into and we will build a portfolio live for you guys. And again, it'll go out next week as an upload for
now.
noobs.
Strap in to learn something here, guys, because the factoid elf has gone a little overboard, but we're gonna learn something here, guys. All right. So the factoid of the day is, when adding together the inner hair cells and the outer hair cells on the average human cochlea, what is the sum? Is it A, Virginia Tech, B, 15,500, C, 155,000, or D, 155 million? So how many cells, how many hair cells are in the cochlea for the human, not the beaver?
Can I get a fresh reminder of what a cochlea is?
Yes, you can, Tim. Absolutely. So this is the overall inside of every human's ear. This is what's rocking out to be able to process the beautiful utterances of T Shroom and Tim that are coming your way through your headphones, through your laptop speakers, whatever it is. This is the cochleatic part. And if you zoom into the cellular level, this is what the hairs look like on each cochlea cell.
Get that up so I can count?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the question. Let's go back to my options. I'm seeing a lot of A in chat, but obviously that's sad. All right. The cochlea, it's in your ear.
It's in your ear.
It's gonna have a lot.
I love that. It's in your ear. Okay, it's in your ear.
It's in your ear. There's gonna be a lot in there. You need those. I actually know a little bit about that because I have vertigo, and that has to do with imbalance in there and things get all messed up. Yep. But I'm gonna go with. I think 15,000 is too small. B is too small. I think 155 million was thrown in there to be like, hey, let's try to trip him up and make him think it's this ridiculous number. So I'm going to go with the middle and go C, 155,000. And this is per cochlea, which, I mean, I guess doesn't really matter because it's not like there's an answer on there that says 300,000 for both cochlea. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what the answer is here. It is actually B, and I don't see any
smaller number.
I don't see anybody in the chat that got it right. So this is coming from cochlea.eu. So how could it get any more legit? In the human cochlea, there are 3,500 inner hair cells and about 12,000 outer hair cells. This number is ridiculously low when compared to the millions of photoreceptors in the retina or chemoreceptors in the nose. In the nose. So it's very, very cool. I've been doing some research on this, and me and the factoid elf, that is, have been doing some research, and this is what it looks like under a microscope. Those are what those cochleatic hairs look like. So you wouldn't be able to hear us if it weren't for this. So I thought, hey, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen.
Well, that's a good factoid of the day. I think that's a fact that someday I will need to know that it's 15,000.
15,000. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here at chat and let's go back to our portfolio before we dive in here and we start sorting. We're gonna say which ones we want to buy, which ones, what percentage we're gonna be allocating to them to get a breakdown here. We're not gonna talk about whether your portfolio is $1,000 or $10,000 or $1 million. We're just gonna do percentages here so that any person, no matter what money they have, can kind of think through it. Some coins to throw in here, T-Shroom, that I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Arweave is not in here. It looks like.
Okay.
Just put it on. We're gonna throw it on, whether we get it or not. We'll have that discussion during the video. So Arweave is one. ALGO. This is what. Yeah. So we'll have that conversation. I'm not a big fan of ALGO. I don't know if you are. Just so you guys know, another rules you're gonna understand later, and this isn't gonna make in next week's video. You guys will just know this. T-Shroom and I are going to have to argue with each other. We're going to have to compromise because we're not going to have identical thoughts about what should be held, what should not be held, what percentage should be held of it. So you guys are going to have a fun little, you guys are in chat, comment as well and help us out. But not just ALGO. Let's keep going on. Some other coins people said we need to have on here would be, let's see, Crow. Crow is what you, Near.
Crow and Near.
Not on. Did someone say, I didn't see, well, you must be reading lower than me. So Crow, Near. We already had ALGO there. Let's see here. Looks like it. Adam, do we not have Adam on there already?
It is.
Cosmos is on there.
Yep.
Yeah. Cosmos is there.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, right there. Cosmos. That below XLM and between Filecoin and XLM.
There's a lot.
Manta. Throw it on there. Sandbox as well. Yeah, Sandbox is one that that'll be interesting when we get to Sandbox. It'll be a fun conversation because, again, T-Shirt and I have not had this conversation. You guys are going to watch us have this live. Optimism is on there. OP is on there. We had it spelled wrong in the beginning. H-bar, I believe, is already up there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we got to cut it off and get started here, Tim.
We can run a little long today, but yeah, the goal is that this is going to take probably about a half hour. So strap on in, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get real. It's about to get real in the hood. All right, here we go. Let's start off, T-Shirt. Before we even do percentages, are you going to go back to this? We got to stay here. This is where it's got to be. All right. Let me start over here, T-Shirt, because we got to make sure this is clean for the upload. All right, let's go ahead and start off, T-Shroom, with the coins that we want to hold. So we're not even going to add any allocation yet to them, percentages to them.
Okay.
Let's just go through this list, and let's have the discussion. Should we hold? Should we not hold? So Bitcoin is an obvious yes. All right, so let's go ahead and put that sucker over there. It's going to be in our portfolio. Don't even have to have a big discussion there, so let's not waste our time. But this is one we definitely do want to have here as well. This BitX 2X ETF down there in the little yellow. So these three yellow ones are technically stocks, but they're in the crypto world, obviously. We definitely want to have this. This will be over on Robinhood, and it's a way to buy a 2X Bitcoin just through an exchange. You don't have to get into a trading exchange, whatever. The only downside of this T-shirt is going to be this is not one you can move to a cold wallet, obviously. Correct. The rest of these you should be able to move to cold wallets of some kind, which we absolutely do recommend for long-term holds. But this one is just too easy. Like, hey, I can hold some money and double my Bitcoin holdings with a certain percentage there.
And there's no liquidity. Right. There's no liquidation risk. You can't get liquidated on it.
Absolutely. All right, let's keep going down here. Let's go back to the current list person, though. Cardano. We're going to hold Cardano. You know what I'm going to start doing, T-shirt. I'll say yes. If you say yes, we put it over immediately. If no, we'll have a discussion. Cardano's making it over there. Solana, yes, for me. We're going to hold Solana.
All right.
Are you going to hold Solana?
I am. I do, and I will continue to.
It's going to be a process. There we go. All right. Here we go. We get to our first conversation. XRP.
And
I think a lot of people think, based off of some previous remarks over the last couple of days, that this is going to be a no from me. But that's just not true. Because remember what we said the other day, Tim does not hate XRP. I'm going to hold XRP. I'm going to put XRP in my portfolio, despite what people thought I would say. Would you put XRP in your portfolio, T-Shroom?
If it was a joint portfolio, I would not hold XRP. I do not hold XRP.
You do not hold XRP.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, let's put it in the yes. But even that, I mean, I was already thinking about a lower percentage for that one. So XRP is not going to have a big percentage here because T-Shroom is kind of on the fence about it anyway. But you know,
Tim, I'm not on the fence about it, Tim, but that's okay. We'll move on.
All right. It's one of those coins that, again, while I think that the gains will not be as big as we thought they would be, it's a diversification hold that I think you got to have a little bit just in case something special happens. Let's move on, though. Chainlink. Chainlink's an easy yes. Again, one of my top coins that I want to hold. Do you agree, T-Shroom?
Oh, absolutely. Emphatically. In fact, I think Chainlink is probably yes.
Let's do this. Let's speed this up because this is going a little slower than I thought it would go.
How about Ethereum?
Ethereum, Avalanche together. No to either one of them. I think we're yes on both of those. Toncoin, I want to hold. I don't know how big it's going to be, but I want to hold Toncoin. Do you want to hold Toncoin?
It had a great 2023.
It did.
It was one of the best performers.
Why,
yeah. I think that its growth from here is probably limited, but there we go.
Yeah. When it comes to Tron, I'm going to pass on Tron. I don't want to hold Tron.
I think I'm going to pass on Tron as well. I wouldn't be mad if somebody had this one. I would hold Tron before I held XRP. How spicy is that?
Well, but we both said no, so it's not making here. Caspa, I believe, is an easy yes. We already got Eric Wallen said Ton is a no for him. So good. You know, everyone's different. Everyone's different. Polygon, that is Matic for those who maybe are confused. That's a yes for me. I'm definitely holding some of that. Polkadot is a yes for me as well. T-Stream, you holding Polkadot?
I'm not. No,
you're not. Well, make sure Toncoin, XRP, and Polkadot are all sitting in a special little section of their own. And anyone that you want to hold that I don't want to hold, we'll go in that same section and we'll have that discussion later.
Yep. Smash the like if you're liking my Excel spreadsheet skills. I feel like I'm moving pretty quick here.
Stardog says, see, this is the problem.
Why is
that
wrapped
portfolio is
Bitcoin
already
on
too
here?
big? Well, here's the thing. Here's the good thing that everyone needs to understand about portfolios. You do want some diversification. You do want to make sure you're spread out. But any coin on here, this video is not to tell you guys what you have to hold.
Correct.
Is to help you walk through when you have a plethora of coins you want to hold, how to think about where you hold them, how you hold them, what percentage they take up. And there's going to be coins on here that some people are going to want to hold that we don't. Add that coin in. There's going to be coins on here that we want to hold that no one else wants to hold. Leave that coin out. The point of this video is not so you mimic it perfectly. The point is so you see how to think through building your portfolio, because some people are just like, oh, I'll buy this coin and this coin and this coin. But they don't think about the hefty spread that they're going to have, the percentages they're going to have. So I just want to make sure that is clear. Stardog, 100% with you, man. If you don't want to hold it, don't hold it. If you only want to hold 10 coins, only hold 10 coins. I'm going to be a little more diverse this bull market, so that's where we're going at. Wrap Bitcoin, no for me, T-Shirt. I'm not going to hold Wrap Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't see a purpose of that.
And despite the fact that Bitcoin Ben was on the show the other day saying Litecoin was his second favorite coin, I love Bitcoin Ben, but I do not love Litecoin. Do you plan on holding Litecoin?
I don't. No, I'm not going to hold.
That's an easy no. I am going to pass on Sheeb. I don't feel like I need it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to pass on BNB. I'm not going to hold it. I have concerns.
I'm kind of like BNB small percentage, kind of like you for XRP.
Yeah. Let's put BNB. I don't hate BNB. I just have concerns about what the institution is going to do with Binance as a whole. Not going to hold Bitcoin Cash. No. Even though it might even have higher returns, just no. There's other ways to get higher returns, in my opinion.
Okay.
I will hold XLM, but XLM might be similar to XRP's percentage for me. What about you? Are you an XLM holder?
No.
Let's put it over there. We might remove it later. Let's put it over in that kind of.
You know what's coming to my mind is if there was a negative event with XRP, like a reckoning moment, like it's unveiled that there's like very little activity on the chain or something like that. XLM could actually do pretty well, right? If you think about it, it's kind of like if Coca-Cola said, "Hey, we're going under," right? Something really bad happens to Coca-Cola. I think Pepsi stock would probably do pretty well.
Yeah, interesting. Let's kind of keep flashing through here because we got to get to percentages. Cosmos, Adam, yeah.
This is a beginner video, so let me make clear. XLM and XRP seem to be kind of like neck and neck competitors.
Yeah.
Not by market cap, but yeah. Cosmos, definitely yes.
Yes.
Filecoin, no.
Yeah, I think I think so because Filecoin.
Okay.
It's a small one. It's not a very large hold, but I think there's enough specialness there. Manta, I don't have anything against Manta. It's just not one that I am going to prioritize. VeChain, I think, is still going to be pretty good, so I'm going to hold VeChain. Maybe not a large percentage, but I like it. Render's doing great. I want to hold Render. Sui, I don't want to hold a lot of Sui, but I do want to hold some, I think.
Okay.
What about you, T-Shirt? What are your thoughts on Sui?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Okay. ARB. I do want to hold ARB.
Okay.
And then we can kind of match in right there with its kind of other duo, Optimism. Go ahead and put Optimism right next to ARB. We're going to kind of be neck and neck with those two. That's again kind of hey, like these kind of compete with each other, but in case one, you don't know which one's going to win, so you want to hold both. Ultimately, is your call there. I do like Say. I think Say has it's worth holding at least a small percentage of. We're gonna have to build this out and build the spreadsheet a little more. Say is one I plan on holding. What about you, T-Shroom?
Yeah, I think it's worth holding.
I have no plans at this point to hold Arweave.
Okay.
My mind could be changed in the future, but for now, just don't think Arweave is one that it doesn't stand out to me. And I'm already so diverse, and as someone even said earlier, this is already a very big one. I want to own coins that I know enough about, and I actually have like strong feelings of like I like this coin. I think that good things could happen here, and Arweave just doesn't do it for me.
ALGO.
All right,
Crow and
this
Near.
might be controversial because some people really love their ALGO, and I have nothing against you, but I don't want to hold an ALGO. I don't trust the team. I don't trust what's happening there.
I think there's too much evidence that it's a dead chain. Not saying it's a dead chain, but there's too much evidence that there is.
I don't know about dead. I just don't know how good it's going to be. I don't trust Crow. I mean, they were one of the original, let's just throw millions and billions of dollars at the marketing campaign. I've seen people, in our chat and our community say they hold Crow for a long time. I don't trust Crow. This is probably one of the more blatant centralized coins out there. I don't think that for all the millions and billions of dollars that they poured into their ecosystem that they're doing that well. Of course, having crypto.com, that's big, but I'm out. I'm not a Crow holder. That's not going to be for me.
I think I'm going to do small percentage for Crow.
Okay. We'll have to discuss in a different video probably why that is. But sure. I'm going to do. We're here to talk and to compromise. Near, yeah, I would hold near. Again, probably not going to hold a large portion, but I'll hold near.
All right.
We have a lot here. Tim, a crypto crybaby. Selling my XRP. Okay. All right. Hedera, also known as H-bar. Yes, I definitely want to hold some H-bar. I know that one used to be really big in your eyes. Are you still like super bullish on H-bar, T-shirt, or is that kind of cooled off on you?
No, I've sold it all just to rotate into Caspa. So sorry H-bar fans. I just see a lot more upside for Caspa. In fact, let's keep moving. ICP.
Yeah, ICP. I mean, I think ICP has been creeping on our list. We had that list of like, it's not really something. I think ICP is worth a hold. I don't know if you're going to put a hefty percentage over there, but I think it is worth a hold.
All right.
And that's a no for you because I saw it go down to the bottom of the list.
Yep.
All right. Good stuff.
I've done a little bit more research since Gustavo asked me to. Okay. And I think that it's going to continue to appear like it's a good chain. But the thing is like, and like a potential Ethereum killer or whatever, the thing is like, there's already Solana ADA. And I think that, near network, H-bar, like there's already some really, Avalanche, there's already some really good chains that are competing to be that Ethereum killer. Yeah. And I just think there's probably not a lot of room for the new one. Right? Caspa is kind of like the new one that has a chance of being an Ethereum killer, and it's complicated because it's kind of not even trying to do that.
Okay. Let's keep moving here because we're just still talking about what's going to get into the portfolio versus what is not. Again, you guys get to build your portfolio however you want. Add more than this, add less than this. We're just walking through coins that we think are good holds, and we'll associate some percentages here in a minute. Dogecoin. I'm going to say, yeah. I think that on the off chance that Elon and X does something special with it, you got to have some Dogecoin.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to create some more space here. VeChain is going to be a yes for me.
VeChain.
Don't we already have VeChain there? Yeah, we already have VeChain in. Injective is a yes for me. I like me some Injective. Aave, I'll say yes. I'll say, again, this is one that is not going to excite me as much as some others, but I like Aave.
Aave is like a lending platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's worth a hold, a small hold. Ooh, really small.
These aren't even. They're not even getting smaller. There we go.
Yeah, the boxes don't really get that smaller. FTX token. We're gonna go ahead and put that one. Unless you have a strong feeling of yes.
Why is that on?
Put that into the no. I don't even know why that's on there.
Mantle.
I don't know. Again, I don't have anything against Mantle. I would hold it. Let's put it there. It's not going to hold a large percentage. That's going to be like I
honestly don't know diddly squat about Mantle.
It's had some recent moves that are interesting. Quant, right. I think, is a good hold, in my opinion.
Okay.
And then here comes the gaming space. Sandbox. I think no. I think. Do you like Sandbox? You're going to hold some sand?
So I have been changing my mind on the Metaverse token. So it's not really a gaming token in my mind. It has some gaming aspects, but it's more of a Metaverse token. And ever since the Apple Vision has come out, I think it's got a lot of people thinking about Metaverse. Not necessarily that it's going to be, we're going to go into Ready Player One mode as a society like in the next 3 years, but I think people are going to get excited about it, and it's coinciding with this bull run. So,
okay,
I think it could be a good investment.
Yeah, let's put it there again. And because this is not Tim's personal, this is not T-Shroom's personal. This is a beginner friendly portfolio.
Yeah,
Sand is an interesting one. Now, two more stocks. We already had I wanted to put the Bitcoin one, the 2x one next to Bitcoin. Just kind of think about those together. Yeah. But here's two stocks that obviously have to do with crypto. Coinbase, of course, being an exchange. CleanSpark being a miner. I want to hold both of these. And, of course, these are ones you'd absolutely have to have Robinhood to own.
Yep.
But these are ones that I definitely want to hold.
Now, for everybody, like, not all of the miners are made the same. CleanSpark is my favorite, right? But you can also kind of think, for the purposes of this video, CleanSpark is kind of representing miner stocks in general, like the Bitcoin mining stocks in general. Now, take that for what you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the percentages, Tim. Do you want to take a quick break and kind of talk about how we feel at this point, or do you want to just dive right into the percentages?
I mean, so how many coins is this? Let's go down to the bottom of the list there.
So what are we 35 minus 1. So 30,
okay, so
34.
34 coins on here. I want to take this again, as someone commented earlier when we were making this. That's a lot of coins. It is a lot of coins. For some, that's not that many. There are people that literally have portfolios with hundreds of coins. That is a lot of coins, especially for beginners. So make sure, as you're going through and you're building your portfolio, you see here, you're like, all right, these are coins that Tim and T-Shroom would own. That does not mean you have to own all of those. There could be someone here, you're like, I don't even have anything against this coin. I just don't want to allocate enough money to it to maybe make it worth my time to follow and track and do everything. So get your level where you want it. Do you only want 10 coins? Do you want 20 coins? You know, we have 34 on here, which, again, is hefty, but there's a lot of people that make it a little heftier than that. Do not mimic this, number for number, percentage for percentage. Think about how you want to split your money. And one of the things I really want people to take away from this, put your money in things that you believe in. Don't invest in something because you're like, well, everybody else is investing in it. That's not a reason to invest in it. Do your own research, continue to find out what's happening here, have a positive reason as to why you want to invest in something, and then based off of how much you love that project, that's going to allocate how much money goes into it. So let's go back over here, T-Shirt. Any thoughts you have before we get into allocating some percentages here? We're going to build out what our split will look like.
There is a crypto that's coming to mind that's not on here that I personally don't own yet, but Maker. What do you think about Maker, Tim?
Yeah, Maker's made some moves here recently. So good case in point off what I just said. I have not spent really any time whatsoever looking into Maker.
Yeah, I like Maker because it's like A16Z, the VC fund is in that one, and that's a pretty influential fund. So I would keep that one in there. We can do low percentage on that, though. All right, you ready to get into the percentages, Tim? I've got a pie chart set up here. We'll see if it's going to work. All right, Bitcoin. Hopefully what percentage Bitcoin is this portfolio going to be?
All right, so I saw somebody here say, hammer to the head, you have to choose 5. We actually did that last week. We talked about 5 coins that if you only held 5, they were interesting holds. Altcoins. We did not include Bitcoin in that. Some people are going to go in the route of saying 50% Bitcoin. I think that's a little high. And I say a little, I actually mean a lot. Let's have this conversation, T-Shroom. But I'm going to actually say especially because we have 34 of them, I'm going to put Bitcoin at probably only 10% of this portfolio.
10%? Whoa.
Yeah. I'm going to put 10%. This is a big list right here. And also, this is a list. Again, I want beginners to understand, like, you need to have an allocation of Bitcoin for safe plays here. But at the same time, it's not going to be your biggest moneymaker. In fact, on this list, it will probably, including XRP, be the least gains in this bull market for you. So 10% is pretty hefty. What was your number?
I was going to go down to like 30%.
Okay.
And that would have been a compromise for me, but I think so. Let's just do 13.
Well, let's talk. So you're willing to come all the way to 30? I would say we could go just middle, go 20%. I mean, that's the big one. You don't want a hefty number in there. And to me, with 34 coins, 10% is pretty hefty.
Well, here's how we can squeeze the lemon pretty hard, right? Is we've got this double leverage one. So let's do 15%.
True.
And then let's do another 5% here. And this was probably going to get switched around.
Yeah.
Right. But no, the numbers are all weird again. Why does it do that?
Well, the reason why is because it's of our current list. You're at 75 and 25. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that right now.
Okay, so it'll flesh itself out later on. All right, so
It'll
don't look at this. We'll bring it back at the end.
Well, no, bring it. Just we have an understanding. I like it. I like that being there. All right.
Okay.
Let's keep moving on here. Let's skip Cardano for a second because we have Cardano there. It is one of our favorites, but it's not one that I necessarily think should have crazy hefty. I'm actually going to go to I'm going to mind T-Shroom. You give me what you think. After Bitcoin, I'm thinking I probably want to put 10% into Chainlink. I think Chainlink is a big hold for me. What are your thoughts about Chainlink?
Yeah, my personal portfolio, I have way more Ethereum, and I kind of regret it, but I have such a nice entry in Ethereum that I don't want to sell it.
Well, I also would say let's not equate what our personal portfolios are right now, because we're building a brand new one from scratch. This is we have $10. I said a little.
Yeah, all I'm saying is
$100. How are we building this? You know?
I'm saying 10% is great for Chainlink. I think that's a good.
Okay, now we got to keep track. We're at 30% already, and we have only covered 3 of the 34 we want to do. So this is where it starts to get all right. Let's get a little bit more conservative here.
Yeah.
Let's go through a couple now. Are there any on here, T-Shroom, that you want to allocate more than 5% to?
More than 5? Oh, man, I'm tempted to do either Ethereum, AVAX, Solana, Caspa in 5%. Maybe even Cardano slipping in there, but probably not. So AVAX, Solana, Caspa, Ethereum.
All right, so I'm 100% on AVAX, Solana, and Caspa. Yes, let's go. Let's put 5 in all of those.
Okay.
I like.
It's almost like now we're ranking them 1 to 5.
There's some different things going in here. Some of this is going to have to do with returns. Some of this has to do with security. So Ethereum, for example, not going to be massive returns. Again, Ethereum is going to be one of the lowest returns on this list, but it's one of the safest. Because you have the likes of Solana, like, for example. Solana's a little risky, but I like the risk. We could get a 20x, 30x on Solana, or we could get like a 5x.
Yeah.
Chainlink, I feel pretty secure about. Caspa's another one. Like, I think Caspa, we can see a 30x from where we currently are.
Yeah.
There's also a chance it just duds out and doesn't do anything. Ethereum's like, I feel like Ethereum's a safe 8 to 10x. Like, I just don't see it being too much different than that. So I do want to hold a decent amount right there. Yeah. What is our current number sitting
50,
at right now? So
50%.
We're at 50. Yeah. And that's about where you want to be when you're looking at some of your top coins. You want to be up to that 50% mark. Because again, we have a lot of these smaller ones down here. Where I'm going to put Cardano in my thought here, and I love Cardano, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm thinking through holding the right coins to make some money in this bull market. I'm going to give Cardano a 3. I'll give Cardano 3, and I'll give Polygon the other 2 because I really like Matic. So that's another 5. It's going to get us to 55%. Do you agree with that, T-Shroom?
So Cardano 3, Polygon 3? Yeah?
3, no, Polygon 2. So we're staying in the 5 range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Because now we're going to start getting into these, and we're talking about halves, like 1%, 0.5%. In fact, we still have 45 left. With how many coins do we have still left to choose?
Let's see. See if I can do just the quantity here. 26 coins are left, quantity.
Mm-hmm. So we technically could still have closer to almost. We could put like 2% each one of them. I don't think that's what I'm going to do, but we could.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Now that I'm looking at it that way, let's make Polygon a 3 just to boost that one up. And let's find a 2 to replace it so we're still working in those areas. Let's find 2 different 2s so we have our our matching going.
Yeah. It's kind of weird with the stocks because you can make a pretty strong argument that the Clean Spark, which is kind of representing Bitcoin miners, should be probably like a 5, maybe even a 10. But
I would say I don't know. That one is a 2 though for me. Like I would feel comfortable with putting 2 right there right now.
2 right here, right now. We're doing it
right now. And then Coinbase, I would say 2. Again, I think Coinbase, especially being the partner with all the large institutions. So there's our 2 2s right there. Easy peasy. We're gonna have more of them. We're gonna have a couple 3s here as well. But I feel good with that. Let's look for a couple more 3s here that I think are worth 3%.
I think Injective, Render are probably good contenders for another 3% allocation.
Injective, yes. Render, I'm on the fence about if I want to go 2. There's some ones that I think I would put on. But I'm not against 3% on Render, but there's a couple that I would personally like to put higher. I would say I would go higher on Arbitrum, and even though they're competitive here, I like Arbitrum and Optimism as bigger holds. So I'm liking the
layer twos,
those more so than Render at this point.
Okay. Well, we could go 2.5. Get to the decimal points. You want to do it?
Let's do it. Okay. 2.5 for each of those. We'll make it 5% between the two of them. Makes sense.
All right. And then Render. Another 2.5.
Yeah, I would say I would say I wouldn't hold more Render than Arbor Optimism. And then I think what you could probably do. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there any other ones I want to hold 3?
Well, we've got Cosmos and Polkadot are both pretty big interoperability change. I think those could potentially command another sizable allocation.
It's true.
And then you also have BNB and XRP, which are kind of like bigger coins. And then you also have SUI. And then you also have Near. And you also have Dara and Doge.
SUI for me though, I think that's a 1% or lower for me.
Okay, let's go ahead and lock it in.
I'm not necessarily a big SUI.
Let's put it in at 0.5 and just see how we feel about that.
Well, that's I mean, why do we put 0.5 if I'm saying 1 and aren't you higher than me? Are you saying it should be lower than 1%?
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying 0.5. I think that's where. Yeah.
All right.
Because SUI. Yeah.
All right. Out of curiosity, do you have the tally on what we have currently? We're still working with
percentage wise.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Let's see if I could just add up these values.
I say there should be a way to just add that.
70.5% is where we're rocking right now. So we still got 29.5 to work with here.
Let's throw out some easy ones, and then we're going to see what we have left. And we can always go back and add to some other coins. So I'm just going to go ahead and say XRP, XLM, BNB are easy ones.
I don't disagree with any of those. Yeah.
ICP is an easy one.
Okay.
I think Quant is an easy one. Probably Aave as well.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. Polkadot, I think we said we were going to go 2 or 3 on Polkadot. Let's go 3 on Polkadot.
All right. Oh, going back to threes. I think if we do 3 on Polkadot, we'll do 3 on Cosmos as well.
Sounds good. I like that.
Are you guys liking this? Let us know in the chat. Is this something that is completely boring you, or do you love this? I'm having a lot of fun. If I was watching somebody do this, I think I would enjoy it for sure.
Let's put a 2% on VeChain. Again, we can reallocate later. Let's put what do we got? What do we currently have? We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins we have to still deal with.
So we're up to almost 85. We're at 84.5, and we've still got.
We still have a couple
7,
10
empties. Yeah.
And the other thing to think about is like, are there any on here? Because we could throw ones on some of the rest of these. We could up the 0.5. Sui's a 0.5. We could up that to a 1.
This one?
Yeah, we can up that to a 1.
Tim didn't like that when I put the 0.5, and now he's getting his revenge.
Let's go ahead and throw. Are there any coins in here sticking out to you? They're like, I got it. Let's do 2 for Hedera for HBAR. Are there any on here sticking out? Let's do 2 for Doge because again, that could get special. Any on here sticking out that you're like, man, we got to have more than 1% on this coin?
No.
So let's throw ones onto all of this, and let's come back and let's build. Add where we want to build. Where we go give a second look and say, all right, let's go more.
All right.
So I'm kind of leaning here, thinking we might want to throw some more up at some of the higher coins. What's that total number right there?
That is going to put us, Tim, at 97%. So we've got three percentages that we can add, we can shift. Let's look at the pie chart here. So this is the pie chart so far. Let me make it a little bigger here so we can see. So far and away, Bitcoin is not just this blue 15. It's also this, and this is a double leverage ETF you can buy in Robinhood. Mm-hmm. Let's see. The next biggest is Chainlink, right?
Yep.
The smallest is this yellow one here, Say. And
that's fine. I mean, they're all the ones that are 1%. I mean, small there. I'm looking here. I think we could add the 1. I think we could get Cardano up to the 5 because we have it at a 4. So we have 3 to work with here. So I'd say let's go back to Cardano. Let's make Cardano. Oh, we have a 4. Let's make it a 4. Let's make it a 4 on Cardano.
Okay. So now we got 2 more.
And I'm kind of thinking we throw 1 more onto one of those heavier ones.
onto Chainlink or Bitcoin?
No, not Bitcoin. I think we throw one more onto. I don't want to do it on Ethereum. I'm low key kind of looking and saying, do we want Solana, Casper, or Avalanche? Of the three, what should we make one of those go up to 6 on?
Solana, Casper, Avalanche. I mean,
Solana seems like the great. It seems like Solana could be the right decision, but also might be more risky than the other two.
I think Polygon. I think you stay safe here. You go Polygon.
Well, what we also could just throw the extra one onto Polygon, make Polygon 4, and still have we got 2 to work with right here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 4 to Polygon.
Okay.
And then we got one more percentage, Tim.
Let's go Solana. Let's go Solana. Let's throw Solana to 6. I do think Solana's going to be big. Someone asked in chat, what's the point of this? There's a combination of points in here. There's a combination of points in here. You do not want to make a portfolio that is solely based off of what could be the highest returns, because in that case, let's just take Bitcoin completely out of this. Let's take Ethereum completely out of this. Let's take a lot of coins that aren't really sure about. I mean, I would almost even borderline say you should take Cardano out of this, and you should be pretty much just Casper, Solana, Chainlink.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, some of the other ones I just don't think they're going to be as much. There's a combination of diversity because you don't know what you don't know, but you have to have confidence in the coins as a whole. Like there's going to be a coin on this list that T-Shirt and I are thinking we're going to get like a 10x, 15x,
Definitely.
and it's going to do like a 30 or 40x. So that's why we're throwing a 1% at it.
Yeah.
But we also want to be safe. Like the Bitcoins and Ethereums, the least gainers as a whole. Well, those are safe things because in a weird world where altcoins do get thrashed by the U.S. government and governments around the world, Bitcoin and Ethereum probably are not going to have that bad of a day. And then also, people are going to ask, I saw someone on here, why is Tim putting XRP on here? Doesn't Tim hate XRP? Tim doesn't hate XRP. That's the lie of the century. But I am not as bullish as I used to be, but I do want to have an XRP holding. And if we go back to the list, XRP is what percentage? I think we said 2%, right?
Yeah.
And that's because I still think there's a good chance XRP does something and moves up to the up. I did not say that I think XRP is going to 0. I just don't think XRP is going to be the 30, 40, 50x that we thought it could have been here a couple of months ago.
Where is
personal
XRP?
Opinion? It's.
Are there some that are like too small to be on here? Is that what's going on?
Go back to the list. I think XRP we put 2% on.
I think there's an other category somewhere in here that isn't getting added.
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah, I don't see any that are 1%. So I think the 1% are under an other category somewhere that I.
Oh, we did have XRP at 1%.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine.
But I'm just going to test something really quick. If I do that, it doesn't.
What is it?
Add it. Oh, you know what, Tim? I bet you this chart is not. The coordinates are not going all the way down. So let me make some adjustments. Let me make some adjustments here.
Right. Oh, he's not going all the way down the list.
Yeah.
Mr. J says, I can confirm Tim hates XRP. Good to know. Let's get while you're doing that, T-Shirt, let's read some chat here. See what people are saying. Boom. Solana. Yeah, I think a lot of people were saying Solana was a good pick to go up on that. I think there's a lot of things. Go ahead and start commenting. What are some of your favorite moves that we just made here? What are some of your least favorite moves we just made here?
Wow.
We'll read through some of those.
This looks a lot different now. Yeah, so sorry guys. It's my first time ever using the pie chart feature on Google Sheets or whatever this is.
Eric Wallen said, "Where's dog with hat?" Okay. I don't think I would own dog with hat even if we were doing DGen picks on here as well. Mm-hmm. But this was a non-DGen portfolio. This is coins that if you were a beginner and you only had Coinbase, Uphold, and Robinhood, 3 very beginner-friendly exchanges, this could be a portfolio you build with $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 or $1 million. The goal, D. Jarvis, is to build a portfolio. I just explained it. To build a portfolio that a beginner could get some good diversity, get good exposure to crypto, and make some money. Again, every single one of these, I don't think we picked a single. I don't think we picked a single stinker. I don't think any of these coins are going to 0. No. I think if you started right now and bought all of these, I think every single one of these coins is going to build you some form of profit in the next 2 years.
So Brutal pointing out some. So you missed Piff and Celestia.
Tia, yes, we did miss Tia.
So it's a good point. I'm almost like Tia. I could see being on this list. Peeth, though, I own some Peeth, but I'm like, I don't know that it's a great one for a beginner because it's an unproven track record, right? It has a great team. It's on Solana. It looks like a solid project. That's why I'm risking into it, right? I have some of it. However, I think for a beginner, it's a little bit iffy. Now you might say, well, Doge is a little bit iffy. It is, right? But it has a lot more of a proven track record.
Yeah. DV says, for a beginner portfolio, though, wouldn't this be too much to follow? It could be. I think it really depends on beginners. A wide range of thoughts here. I would almost say, if you're a true beginner, yeah, we did a video last week about top 5. I think you're just like, man, my friend orange pilled me. I gotta own 5 cryptos. That's as much as I can handle. Great video last week we made about that. This is more of like a beginner, like, hey, I have been in crypto here for a little bit, but I just honestly, I know that I've heard about these coins. I've heard about some good stuff here. I have no idea how to even think about building my portfolio and splitting this. I want to make sure that I have the good ones, the top ones, the blue chips, but also get some exposure to maybe some smaller ones. And again, I don't think a single one we did is outside of the top 100. So when we say smaller, that is a big, we're talking about small coins still in the top 100. That's for a beginner thought process. We, of course, if you've been in crypto for years, anything in the top 100 is a big boy. For this though, this is I would say this almost like more like beginner friendly for you've been in crypto for a couple of months and you have been listening and doing some research, but you just have no idea how to build a portfolio.
Yeah. Now, Tim, there the Celestia question, right? Because it was a good to be brought in here. The thing is, Celestia is it's not really old. It's from November 6th is where the price data starts on CoinMarketCap. So I'm assuming it was kind of launched or became popularized back then. It does have a market cap of almost 3 billion, right? So I'm almost in the camp of this probably does have a 1 or 2% home for us in this portfolio. What do you think, though? Because it is so new and unproven.
I like TIA. I have not bought any TIA yet in terms of actually holding. I've traded some TIA, so the trading has gone really well, and that's why it slipped my mind because I hadn't bought any of it. But it is one. I don't think we're going to add it in here. I think we're going to just leave it off for now. But it's one that as people are building their portfolio, it's good to remember TIA as a coin as well. But I just don't want to add it in because, as people said, 34 or 35 coins or whatever what we did, 34 is already a lot. We could have made an argument that we should have left some off here. I think it's a valid argument some people made. We went with the ones we went because there was a valid reason to include all the ones that we included. I don't think a single coin on here is a bad coin. I think anyone with any size portfolio, if any of these coins are in your portfolio, that's not a loss to your portfolio. Yeah. And there's going to be ones outside of here. Some people are going to like ALGO. Some people are going to like TIA. I like TIA. That's why I'm one of those people. Some people are going to like Pyth. I don't. Again, Pyth is one I hear about it all the time. I honestly have not spent any time looking into Pyth whatsoever. So that did not make my list. Army Piper has a good question here.
He does have a good question.
Tim, thoughts? ETH has outperformed Bitcoin every cycle and has the potential for an ETF this year. Why so much more Bitcoin exposure from an ETF 2X? Mining and raw Bitcoin, ETH and Bitcoin even split on mine. Great. I love it. Differ with us all you want. But here's the truth of it. We don't have that ETH ETF yet. That's the first point I'm going to make there. The second one is, but if I was going to reallocate this if I was thinking about big returns, I'm probably not even putting Bitcoin on here. The truth is, even the Bitcoin 2X is going to get outpaced by a lot of these altcoins. So it isn't just Piper. It's not just about bigger returns. Yes, you will make more money from Ethereum. That's one of the reasons why I have Ethereum at 5%. But I'll make a lot more money from Chainlink than Ethereum. I'll make more money from even Cardano than Ethereum. I think we'll make more money from Polkadot and Solana and a lot of these other coins. We'll make more money than even Ethereum. So if I was going to use the argument I should have more Ethereum than Bitcoin because I can make more money with Ethereum, well, then I should also make the argument that I should have way more of these other coins than Ethereum. I think both Bitcoin and Ethereum are safe plays. Bitcoin is safer than Ethereum, even though I think you can make more money with Ethereum. There is a road and a route to where, let's say we get the Ethereum ETF, and there's no promises to an ETF, by the way, guys. There's nothing that says because you have an ETF that you have to do extremely well. Bitcoin is going to do well. It is the apple of the eye for institutions right now. They love what they see in Bitcoin and that Bitcoin ETF, and that demand is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I do think Ethereum is going to do well. I do think Ethereum could potentially 8 to 10x, as I said earlier, but I don't think it's going to go much higher than that. And honestly, I like Bitcoin as my safe hold for long-term store value better than Ethereum at this point, but I still value Ethereum as kind of my number 2 safe hold. So that's why Ethereum got 5% and not less. And there's going to be some people on here that think that, well, and remember, I think the reason we went to 15 also, I said 10% for Bitcoin. T-Shroom wanted a little more than that. We compromised to 15 and then 5% of 2x. There's going to be people who say that's too low. I know some people. Let's even talk about degen people. You want to talk about degen experts out there? I don't think there's many out there smarter than Archie and Seth when it comes to degen picks. Shout out to them. Go follow their channels.
Yeah, so real quick.
Even Archie will say 50% Bitcoin. Like he's a degen guy and says 50% Bitcoin in his portfolio.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Really quick at the end, like this whole thing is for beginners, right? The whole point of this is for beginners. But these are some of the picks. These right here, I keep on TradingView because these are some of the ones that I dabble in, right? But these are gonna like scheduled to 50 and 100x. Now some of them might rug, some of them might be bad projects, but they've been masquerading as great projects. That's why they're high risk, because they have high return. So that's something to keep in mind. In my opinion, a beginner, right, somebody who's been in crypto just learning about Bitcoin and blockchain, has only been in it for 6 months to 12 months. These are probably not appropriate to even be considering, in my opinion, and it sounds like Tim's opinion as well. So these are all coins, and yes, we have Doge on here, right? And yes, we have like newer coins like Caspa on here, but Tim and I have seen what we need to see for them to have the allocation that they have. And you know, Caspa, you have to say, does have a pretty big allocation for kind of how new it is to the scene. You know, but the thing is it's really impressed us throughout 2023. Dogecoin, it only has a 2% allocation. If that gets completely wiped out, you're not losing your lunch, right? But it's not something you want to miss out on because it is so closely tied with a big institution in crypto, which is Elon Musk. So that's something you want to have in your portfolio, in our opinion.
Yeah, I saw on here even D. Jarvis Wright says, gotcha, it's a nice middle-of-the-road quality safe portfolio. I think that's a great way to describe this portfolio. This is not a 100x portfolio. This is not a 50x portfolio. This is probably a realistic 20 to, if we have a really good bull market, 30x portfolio. But here's why I'm going with that, right? We're gonna shoot for 20 and be happy with a 15, right? We're gonna shoot for 20 and if we get to 30, it's like, that's awesome. The higher you make your percentage you're shooting for, there's a greater chance for some massive disappointment.
Yeah.
Right. If you're trying to build an 100x portfolio, the chances of it actually getting to 100x are a lot slimmer than this one getting to 20x. And so this is a hey, let's not get too risky, but we're somewhat risky. Let's get some safe investment that you know your money is going towards solid projects that are going to make you more money. The question is how much, versus a portfolio that's like hey, this is an 100x portfolio. That is putting coins on there that's like, this coin is going to do really well or flop like a fish. You're not talking about 100x or 50x as a disappointment. You're talking about 100x or you lose everything. Or you only 2x because only one of your 17 projects actually did anything good. The others all went to zero.
Yeah.
This is a very safe. Again, name one. If you guys see one in chat that you think could go to zero, let me know. I don't think a single coin on this list here in 2 years will be lower than the price it currently is at.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Tim, there's how does this all tie into the following quote? Be honest. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you the right ones as we kind of close out here. Yeah. We're going to close out. Smash the like button if you guys have enjoyed the video. Even if you disagree with some of those picks, or if you agree with those picks, smash the like button. We're about 100 subscribers away from 8,000, and we're going to have another giveaway here soon. For this quote, though, as we're closing out here, you know, T-Shroom, there's a lot of things that we've seen recently in the crypto space, in the world, and just if you think about people in your life that have gone off the deep end, just they've lost everything. Their mental state is gone. There's a value to having people in your life that tell you the truth. You know, the Bible talks about how the fool hates being corrected, but a wise man loves it. I think there's too many people in the world that we live in right now that feel like if you disagree with me or tell me that I'm wrong or try to correct me, you hate me, get out of my life. And that's not true. The reality is, I do not correct people I don't care about.
If you're doing something I disagree with and I never say anything to you about it, that's actually an insult. That means I don't care enough to tell you. But to people that I actually love, to people who actually love you, they will correct you when you're wrong. They will tell you when you're misguided. And the truth is, you need those types of people. You guys know T-Shroom and I are Christians. We love Jesus, but I am not going to sit on the sideline and pretend that there's not a bunch of evil things that happen inside the Christian church today. Why is that? Because even people who claim to love Jesus, who remove themselves from people who will tell them the truth even when it's not comfortable, are capable of just as much evil as any other person. But when you actually have accountability, when you have people in your life who are willing to tell you the truth, even when it's painful to your ears, that is how you keep yourself on a path to accomplish great things in this world. So even today, if you guys have heard something from someone, if people have been correcting you, learn to appreciate and actually see that that's a form of love to be corrected. That's something to appreciate and embrace as a wise person, not to reject like a fool. Love you guys. We will be back next week. See you guys on Monday morning. Adios.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots that bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.